Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to the Forex Science Report for the 1st of October. And, well, if you've been trading live with me and if you've been following the reports, you'll know this has been quite a tricky sort of month. And if you refer back to the live webinar trading session yesterday and just go through the video, you'll know that there hasn't been very much opportunity to trade the euro in the trend direction because of the unrelenting upward trend far away from the buying zones, and the pound has just been particularly unpleasant. Strangely enough, however, we've made quite a lot of money on the pound, but we've struggled to make profits on the euro. Let's have a look at what's happening today. And if you go back to yesterday, just before that, you can see we had this awful whipsaw sort of motion yesterday with a rally followed by a collapse, followed by another rally, then a collapse, and then a little rally, then a collapse. And we've got this sort of really unpleasant pattern. And we were in the market 3 times in the euro yesterday. And really it should have only been 1 time, because the first 2 trades were stopped out to the pip. And if that hadn't happened, we would still be in the original trade by the time we got to the 3rd one. And when we did pick up the 3rd trade, it moved in our favor by a fair amount. And at that stage, we had to move stops to break even. And then eventually it came back and took us out at break even. So yesterday we got a 100 pip run on the pound, but lost 60 pips on the euro. Both of those 2 trades on the euro being stopped to the pip. Well, where does that leave us today? Excuse me. Well, if you have a look at the daily chart on the euro, let's just have a look at it quickly, so you can see a broader perspective of what's going on. And I'll just get the daily chart up right now. My internet connection's a little patchy today, so just forgive it if it's a little slow. Let me just remove this writing. And you can see really what's happened is we've moved up to this very important resistance level where the black line is right here. In fact, it's just a little higher. And you can see this resistance level comes from previous highs going back to April this year. And we've rallied up to that area, and look what happened. We got this doji candle on the daily chart. Now that in itself isn't a reversal signal, it's just a pause or a hesitation, but you can see on the daily chart we're very overbought on the euro. We're right through the upper Bollinger Band, we're right at this resistance level, and so we're in a situation where it's difficult to buy because we've had no opportunities, because we haven't had any dips, and the opportunities actually lie in selling the euro. And we've had a number of counter trend opportunities. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't worked. But the main problem with the euro was actually in the earlier part of the month when we got these this sort of whipsaw weekly reversal. Going back to the hourly chart, you can see really what this looks like is a reversal pattern, but it's hard to tell what it is. We've had several bully candle patterns taking place over here. We've had some bully candle patterns over here, but right now we're kind of just going sideways. What's useful here is just to have a little go, and you'll have received my alert by now. Is just to have a little go at selling the euro with a very tight stop loss, just a few pips really. And you can see why, because if I pull this down here, you can see we've actually rallied up. This is the hourly chart, remember, we've actually rallied up to that 78.6% reversal level. We've had a few reversal candles, and the opportunity to sell here at the very important 786 is one of those no-brainer type trades. Tiny stop loss, high resistance area, important level. Overall reversal signs on the hourly chart, 78.6, and we've had a spike high followed by a little hammer candle pattern right there, and it's worth just having a go. Not strictly at one of the G7 levels, but really just following in the theme of what's happened previously over here. And it's worth doing that just to try and claw back some of the markets, some of the profits we've given away to the market on the euro. Small risk, high potential reward. Let's see what happens. If we get stopped out, no worries really. It's only a 13 pip stop, and we'll then look at the charts a little bit later on. So that's the euro, and what I'm going to do now is go across and have a look at the pound, and the pound is really a complete mess. And it's ironic because we've managed to pick up the most profits from the pound over the last week or so. In fact, we picked up that move all the way down there, 100 pips, and we picked up this move down here for 100 pips. And 2 fantastic trades. Unfortunately, because of the size of the stop loss, in these two areas after the trade was initiated, we could only go in with a half-size position to keep the risk on the trade within acceptable levels. So two great trades. We caught both of those moves down by hook or by crook, and you can see those were the two major moves this week. Where the pound's going now, I don't know. It looks like it's pretty bearish. We've broken beneath this support level, which is really key. Previous resistance, resistance, and support. And we've broken down beneath that, and by and large held beneath it for, well, most of the last 12 hours or so. So we're still well beneath that level. We haven't managed to break back above it again. Also notice that's where the 200 moving averages are, over here. So really the pound's going to struggle to get up back through that level again. And even though the stochastic is oversold, well, if we just move sideways for a little bit, the stochastic will eventually come back up again, and then probably the pound will sell off. No G7 signals here, no counter trade signals. We're now into no man's land beneath the resistance and the moving averages, so we won't be looking at buying the pound for some time to come. All right, so to summarize today, really very messy charts on the pound, which we've managed to actually profit quite handsomely, that's a word, handsomely from. Now that it's moved below support, probably no trades today. On the euro, also messy. Counter trend trades have stopped us out twice to the pip. Third one worked out, but it moved back to hit our break-even point. So I've taken a little trade on the euro, 13 pip risk at the 78.6 after a bunch of no-brainer reversal candles. If that one doesn't work out, then we'll see what lies ahead during the rest of the day. Just remember one thing, I'm including today's trading in September, simply because it's Friday, it's the end of the week, and we'll start afresh for October on Monday and consider that the first day of October trading for the purposes of the G7 charter group and the lab rats. So good luck, have a great trading day. Who knows? We could pick up a good one. I'll speak to you soon.